Hello and welcome to another update video about SEI. So the SEI chart has broken below the price has broken below the ascending trend line that we talked about in the last video yesterday. Basically what I'd like to look at is only this structure here. And in yesterday's video, I basically highlighted two things. First of all, that I'm primarily watching the white wave count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which should complete a 5-wave pattern ideally in wave 5 of 3, and that the third wave was quite extended, and that a wave 4 is basically due. I mean, they were the main aspects, but that we cannot really, let's say, confirm the onset of wave 4 until we break below the trend line. Even that is not really a conclusive confirmation. However, the evidence adds up, and if you take that together with the fact that the third wave was quite extended, a fourth wave is due. So I'm watching for the fourth wave now. There are a few support levels to watch, so I'm going to add the 23.6 fib level as well. I'm only going to do that because if we have a pullback in wave 4, it is likely that an A wave finds support at the 23.6 fib level. A, B, C. I will take that previous target area out. Don't need that anymore. So basically, this is sort of roughly what I'm watching for. We'll see how it develops exactly. That's always a bit difficult with these corrective structures, but I said that we can watch for here the ascending trend line, the lower boundary line. Okay. So I would pay some attention to that, because this is a structural support to a degree. From this price channel. Sorry, I was just looking at the dog there who seems to be snoring. This is in a diagonal, because this looks so diagonal-like. Often also an additional support together with the Fibonacci support levels, which are, as I said, it's the 50% fib level here, 77.4 cents, unchanged from yesterday. The 38.2 retracement at 82.8 cents. And the golden ratio down there is also relevant, but we really don't want it in this wave count to go below the 61.8 retracement level. That's at 72.3 cents. So basically it's about, in this pullback, watch for lower prices now, given that we've broken the trend line. Bitcoin doesn't yet seem to be finished with its corrective structure. At some point we could watch for a B wave corrective rally. As long as that is corrective, which means it has a certain structure, less momentum, ideally doesn't break above the previous high, I'm going to watch for continuation in this ABC structure for the price to reach this lower support area, basically. Possibly this sort of cluster here around the 50%, the 38.2 retracement level, and the ascending trend line, the lower boundary line. And what would happen if we break below support? Well, if that happens, then I would have to watch for the yellow count. Wouldn't be a disaster, is also bullish. Is also bullish. It would just simply allow for a deeper pullback. The main difference is that in the wave 4, we're looking for a 3-wave move into support. In the yellow count, which is the C wave of a larger fourth wave, we're looking for a 5-wave move down, possibly back into the lower support area, which is why it's still relevant. Again, the most important thing, however, is I think to understand that the short-term trend seems to be down now. It's not really significant yet, but it seems like it's not finished yet, so should go a little lower as long as this week's highs are not broken to the upside. So local trend is down, and then just watch these levels for reactions, really. I'm leaning towards the white count until support breaks. I shared earlier today, throughout the week with you a strategy how to trade this. I shared with you those triangles and said, look, you can use basically, you just see this as a range, basically. And then it's about scaling in here casually and scaling out here casually. And now that we have 3 waves, you might want to scale in a little bit, scale out towards the 5, and then that's sort of just sort of this strategy of scaling in, scaling out, not all in, all out at the same time. whereas the third wave would have resulted in really nice profits for anybody who looked for entries in this area. But yeah, sort of just, sometimes I get asked, how do you trade this? And I like pullback trading. I think it is the best way of trading Elliott wave, but you can trade breakouts and everything. The problem is trading a breakout above the recent highs, you see where you landed, right? It's not really great from a reward to risk point of view. So it's usually finding an entry in a support zone, and then you can trade that entire distance. Well, there is not much more to add. I think support levels are clear. Once we have a wave 4 low in place, I can give you a target for the wave 5. Until then, hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.